getting back from what we were talking about this morning about why you really don't need a personal trainer, or what a personal trainer really should be for you. Apologies, I'm a little bit late getting into this tonight. We had another awesome big thunderstorm this afternoon, and my garage has decided to flood. I almost need my flippers out here to bring this to you this afternoon or tonight. I had to do a bit of a clean up before I could actually get in here and actually record this. Personal training. 2 seconds. Very hot and humid out here. I'm going to be drinking a lot. I sort of mentioned this morning, personal trainers. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the whole personal trainer persona. Personal trainers, a lot of people think that a personal trainer is, or that as a personal trainer they should be, someone that just comes and yells at you for half an hour and gives you something to do for half an hour and push through a good workout and off you go, see you next week. Personal trainer really, unfortunately, that description or that job title has kind of gotten washed out a little bit, and people think it is just a, see you next week, have your hour session, whatever it is, and I'll see you next week, leave you on your own. Personal trainer really should be, or I like to refer to it more as what I do and what I strive to be is more of a coach or a teacher. I see myself more as someone that should be giving you the tools and the information you need to be able to not just do that half-hour session or that hour session or whatever it is with me while you're there, but also have the knowledge and the skills to be able to move on and do that whilst I'm not there, and you'll have the knowledge and skills to be able to know the right decisions to make day to day. Even you see a personal trainer, once a day, every day, 7 days a week, there's still 23 and a half hours, having a half-hour session with them, hour session, whatever it is. There's still, at least 23 hours a day you're going to make decisions, take out sleep. There's still 18 odd hours, can't do the maths, 15 odd hours if you take out sleep and everything else. It's a good 15, 16 hours that you've got to make decisions by yourself. If you don't know how to make those decisions, what's a 1 hour session once a day going to do for you? It's really not going to do anything. You can't out-train, people say you can't out-train bad diet or you can't out-train bad eating. You can't out-train and you can't outwork bad decisions. Plain and simple. If you're making more bad decisions than you are good, you're not going to get your goals. You're not going to reach where you want to be. If you have the knowledge to make the right decisions and you have the knowledge to make the correct decisions where you need to, you're going to make more of them more often. You're going to make less bad decisions and you're going to reach your goals. Plain and simple. It's as easy as that. There's a lot of personal trainers out there that have forgotten the personal side of their title. They tend to be a lot more of just a straight up trainer, which is fine if that's all you're after. You want someone to yell and scream at you for your session while you're in the gym, and that's all you want out of the relationship. That's fine, but most people and majority of people I've spoken to and worked with over the years that I've been in this industry, they need that extra push, they need extra motivation, they need that extra skills and knowledge to be able to really ensure they're getting the results they want and the results they need. I don't want to turn this into a bit of a rant. That's just kind of my views on personal trainers and where they should be. Unfortunately, the industry's lost a lot of that. What I really want to touch on is the education side of things. I put a post up this afternoon that I'm going to muck it up now because I'm not going to remember it word for word. But essentially, to reach your goals, you need knowledge. You need education. You need to know, as I said, how to make the right decisions. It doesn't matter what your goals are. It could be fitness, it could be well-being, it could be mental goals, it could be you want to learn a new skill. You're not going to learn that skill. I can go and watch YouTube videos till the cows come home of how to rollerblade, whatever. Why can't we rollerblading? That's kind of weird. I can go of all the topics to come up with. Let's go with rollerblading because we're going to remember that one. I can go and watch all the videos till the cows come home about how to rollerblade. I can read as many books as I want about how to rollerblade. But if I strap on a pair of rollerblades and go and jump out the front straight away now after I've watched umpteen hours and read umpteen books about rollerblading, do you think I'm going to be able to rollerblade? I'm gonna fall on my ass time and time again. Like I'm gonna stack it massively. Okay, better example, kiteboarding. I taught myself how to kite, or I learned how to kiteboard last year before. Something I wanted to do, looked really awesome, thought it was going to be amazing, was amazing. I thought I was going to be, absolutely incredible at it. There's a good training video. It's been around for a few years for kiteboarding. It's one of the old stalwart kind of training videos, touched on a lot of stuff. I think I watched that video until I memorized it back and forth. I knew every little word this guy was saying. I knew everything about kiteboarding. I knew how to read the wind. I knew how to pick the wind direction. I knew how to pick the swell. I knew where the rips were. I knew where to set the kite, where to, put it up, how to put it down, how to increase speed, how to decrease speed, how to get out of situations, how to get it. Like, I knew everything back and forth. In my head, I knew everything back and forth. I did the smart thing. I did get a couple of lessons to start with. I'm thinking, I got this. I've memorized this thing back and forth, thinking I'm going to turn up to the beach, and the coach is going, "Oh man, you're a natural. This, yeah, cool. You're good to go. I don't need to see you again." Man, did I fuck that up? Like I don't know how many times I absolutely ate shit. I was that typical newbie on the beach. The kite was just owning me. It was pulling me all over the place. I was getting absolutely face planted into the sand. This thing had lifted me off my feet, dragged me across the sand. I'd laugh and stock of the place. Like, it was ridiculous. I had absolutely no idea what was going on. But in my head, I knew what I had to do. I knew everything I was doing. I knew all the tricks and the tips and how to read this and how to check that and how to make sure I'm getting this kite here and kite there. And I hadn't even got the damn board on my feet yet. I hadn't even gotten in the water, and I was making a complete ass of myself. How was I going to do this in the water with, introduce a whole other aspect, getting in the water and dragging myself around in the water, and then putting a kite on my feet and trying to stand up. That just wasn't going to work. It didn't matter how many videos I watched. It didn't matter how many books I watched. It didn't matter how much practical knowledge I'd had. I couldn't teach myself how to do that. I needed a coach to hold my hand and go, right, this is what we're going to do step by step. This is how we're going to make you get to be a competent rider. I knew all the practical side of stuff, but I didn't know how to put it into practice. And that's one of the biggest things I see with a lot of people in the gyms that I go to, and a lot of people that I talk to, and a lot of people have conversations with. They see a whole bunch of stuff. And there is, you can Google fitness, you can Google workouts, you can Google, whatever, diet, how to lose weight, how to gain muscle, how to build strength, whatever you want to do. You can Google that and you can get thousands and thousands, if not millions of results. I guarantee if you searched how to lose weight, you would get millions of results in Google or wherever you're searching. There is an endless spewing stream of information out there of how to do this stuff and how to achieve your goals. But just because you've read it, just because you know the practical side of things, doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to put it into practice. And that's the biggest part. Having the basic knowledge, and most of the stuff out there that you read and most of the information you get out there is basic knowledge. And a lot of the stuff that I read when I was learning the kiteboard was essentially basic knowledge. The actual practical side of things and being out there and experiencing it gives you a completely different skill set of knowledge. That experience you get, that knowledge you get from the experience of it, rather than just reading about the practical side of things, is a completely different kind of knowledge. It's not something that you can read in a book. It's not something that you can get off a YouTube video. Hey YouTube, can recording this on there now. It's something that you need to experience, and it's something you need to be taught by someone that's experienced it. There's a lot of fitness professionals out there that have never been through those struggles. They've never been overweight. They've never had weight issues. They've never had body image issues. They've never had depression issues. They've never had, any of that sort of problem that you struggle with when you look in the mirror and you just feel like shit. Like, if you have the choice of going to someone that is an expert on a topic, I could go and I'd go and get driving lessons from someone that's read books. My kite surfing, I knew all the knowledge, but do you think someone had come to me to learn how to kite, even though I knew the knowledge back to front? Like, I knew everything back to front. Do you think I'm going to be able to actually teach someone properly how to kiteboard? No in hell. I could give them the ideas and I could tell them, hey, you've got to do this, this, this. but I haven't had the experience. I hadn't been there. I hadn't um, been up. I hadn't learned how to kiteboard. I hadn't had that first-hand experience to go, oh yeah, man, cool. Yeah, I can see what you're doing there. Yeah, it should feel like this. You should have this, the pull of the kite here. You should get this bit of a feedback here in your hand. Books can't teach you that. YouTube videos can't teach you that. Having that one-on-one of someone watching you do the task or do the whatever the skill is and saying, yeah, I can see what you're doing there. Yeah, you're wanting to fight this. You're wanting to do this. Look, you're gonna feel a bit of a pull this way. You're gonna feel a bit of a pull that way. You're gonna feel this ripple under your foot here. You're gonna feel pressure here. Give you that direct feedback and that experience. That the only way they've learnt that is from making those mistakes themselves. I could have taught myself how to kiteboard. I could have gone out there and persevered for weeks and months and God knows how long, how many times face planting into the sand, how many times getting dragged along in the waves and making a complete ass of myself. I could have gone and done that. I could have completely taught myself. There's no reason I couldn't have. I had the basic theory and I could have done it, but it would have taken me years to do it, and God knows how much pain. As it is, it hurt like hell every time I screwed up. I could not imagine doing that for years, time after time after time. I'd lose all kinds of momentum. I'd lose all the motivation that I had initially to go, hey, kiteboarding looks cool, let's do it. I would have lost that. And it's the same with any fitness goal. So many people come in and they lose all motivation because, hey, they've watched the YouTube video, they've got the whatever XYZ program off the internet, some black and white generic one size fits all program. Yeah, I've got the program, I've got the information, I know what I'm doing, I can do this. But they haven't got that person to guide them. They haven't got that feedback and that access to that experienced knowledge that is going to help guide them and ensure that they make their goals and ensure that the program that's in front of them works and they stick to it and they can adjust as they go. Anyone can try and do that. But unless you've got that guiding hand with you and you've got that teacher and that educator with you to give you that direct feedback of, hey, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Yeah, it's getting a bit hard now, but look, you'll hit these points and you'll feel a lot better. We stick with it. We're going to try this and this and this. Let's just back it off for a week. So we're not going to be pushing our body too hard and pushing our mind too hard. And we're going to feel really good in next week. We're going to get over this hump. Body's going to be refreshed. When you get back into it, and man, you're going to get even better goals next week. And it's going to get better. You have that not even instinctual. You have that experienced knowledge that you just can't replace. You can't get that out of a book. You can't get it off a YouTube video. You can't get that just from a generic program. You can only get that from someone that's been through those experiences and someone that's been firsthand through that exact same emotions and that same feelings that you're going through right at that point in time. Unfortunately, I see it from a lot of even really good trainers. They've either never been there or they haven't put themselves in the shoes of the students they're teaching. Like, you can be a really good trainer, you can be a really good teacher of something, but if you haven't been in that experience and you haven't been if you haven't been in their shoes and in their place they're in, how can you relate to it in reality? There was an American guy who has a weight loss program. He's a personal trainer or health coach, he calls himself now, I'm pretty sure. He has from memory, it's his website is called Fit to Fat to Fit. Worked in gyms for years, was a PT for years, and the same thing. He realized he'd never been in the shoes of the students that he was trying to teach and his clients he was trying to teach. He'd never been overweight. He'd never struggled with it. He'd always been one of those lucky people that he'd always been really active just through lifestyle as a kid growing up. He'd always been active. He'd never had a weight problem or a problem with his image or anything like that. So he went out of his way to actually put on a ton of weight and really make himself morbidly obese so that he could see what it was like trying to fit into clothes and walking down the street and getting weird stares from people and not fitting into car seats and not fitting into the bus seats and constantly sweating and having health problems. And he put himself in the shoes of his students and then went through the struggles of losing the weight. And by the time he came out of that, he was so much more knowledgeable, so much more experienced in what his students have been through. I see a lot of people, unfortunately. So I've spoken about this a lot. I've suffered with depression for many years. I still do now. It's not something that goes away. It still hangs around. You just learn how to cope with it better and you learn how to manage it better. It's not something I'll ever go, but I suffered with severe clinical depression for close to 8 years when I look back on it. I could never really put a time on it because I let it go on for so long. I never really could pinpoint when it started. But being through that, and a lot of that, there was a lot of body conscious issues. There was a lot of things. Even now, I look in the mirror and I'm like, even if I know I'm in really good shape, I can still have bad days when I look in the mirror and the brain's just kind of playing tricks. And nah, man, it's not up to it. But back then, I looked in the mirror, I was disgusted with what I saw. Like it didn't matter what sort of shape I was in. I was disgusted with what I saw, and that was a big trigger point for me a lot for my mental illness as well. Or it was one of the things that kept it reoccurring. And for a lot of people, their weight issues and their health issues uh, are related a lot to how they look and how they feel about how they look. It's not just the visual side of it, it's how they feel about that. When you look in the mirror every day, you get up and you look in the mirror and you're just disgusted with what you see. It's not going to lead you to being in a good headspace if you're disgusted every time you look at yourself in the mirror. It's just not going to work. It's not healthy. Being through that, I can relate a lot to that, and I can see the signs in people, and I can see where people are struggling with mental health issues because I've been there, both with myself and with my wife, struggling, well, helping her with her postnatal depression for years. I've been through that personally. I had that experience that I can see where people struggle, and I can see how to help them. I can see how, using the tools that I have and the experience that I have in the fitness side of things, how that helped me and how I can use that to help others. I've been through muscle building stuff. I've done that myself, but I haven't had it to the point that I wouldn't go and teach someone how to compete in, muscle in bodybuilding comps. I've never done that. I know the knowledge behind it. I know the theory behind it. I know the science behind it, but I've never had that personal experience to go, yeah, cool. I can take someone up to competition level and teach them how to compete and be up there. It's just not going to happen because I haven't got that experience. I can give you the plan to do it. You stick to that plan and it should work for you. But if something goes wrong along the way, I haven't got the knowledge. I haven't been there. I don't know the struggles to get there. Being a coach is all about educating guys. You need to be aware that, yes, you can go and do this yourself. You can be your own trainer. You can go and find a program. Hell, I can give you 20 programs that are, going to hit a whole lot of targets. But you're never going to get there unless you are willing to be helped. Everyone needs help. It's as a bloke, it's always hard to put your hand up and go, yeah, I need help. It's just a macho thing. We're egotistical pricks. But you need help. And I can tell you now, you need help. It doesn't matter what your goal is. You need to find someone that's been there, that's been through your struggles, and get them to help you. It's not just gonna make it easy for you long term, but it's gonna help you shortchange your not shortchange. It's gonna help you shortcut your way to your goals as well. They're gonna know the little secrets and the little tricks, and they're gonna know how to stop you from rebounding and going backwards and having the yo-yo weight and the yo-yo diets. They're gonna know how to keep you in the right headspace to be where you want to be and to get to where you want to be from where you are now. Really think about it next time you're training. If you're not going in there with 100% certainty, you know exactly what you're doing and exactly how to stick to it for the next umpteen years and until you die, you really need someone to help you guys. You really, I cannot stress this enough. Whether it's someone that, jumping on videos like this, asking Q&As like this, get on and talk to someone that's been there, that's done that, whatever the goals are you're setting and whatever you're wanting to achieve. Look for someone that's been there. Try and buddy up with them. Get with them on Facebook. Get with them on Instagram. Wherever their social media is, get access to them. Ask them questions. If they're a good trainer, they're going to be more than happy to help you out and point you in the right direction. But you really honestly need to have someone that's been there. It makes a world of difference to your goals. It makes a world of difference to making sure you keep those goals and keep that, keep your results for life, rather than falling back in that whole loop of relaxing after you've hit them and go back again. Just yo-yo the whole way through the rest of your life. It's not a good way to go. Guys, I'm really enjoying doing these videos. I hope you guys are getting a whole bunch out of it. I'm hoping I'm not ranting and raving too much. I have no idea what's going on with the video. I think the fluoro light behind me is kind of freaking out my phone camera. It keeps jumping in and out in focus. May have to fix something with that if I'm going to do this at night. Daytime's all right because I've got a good little light source coming through the window in front of me. Might have to fix that in future. Let me know what you think of the videos. Let me know what you think of the information I'm putting out there. If you want any topics covered, please let me know, because these videos are purely for you guys. I want to cover stuff that you need. I want to cover stuff that you want to hear about. So let me know, guys. Also, my fitness retreat is coming up. My Ultimate You retreat. I'm going to be helping you guys achieve the ultimate you. I'm going to be showing you how to cook. I'm going to be showing you how to get fit. I'm going to show you how to incorporate it into your day-to-day life and make it as easy and as seamless and as practical as possible for you guys. So keep an eye out for it. I'm going to start advertising that. There's only very, very limited spots to it. It's going to be an amazing retreat. I've got some incredible people lined up to come and help us out. And you're gonna be able to rack the brains of some incredible world-renowned fitness pros. Just for you guys. And it's going to be a very small exclusive group, so you're going to get a lot of information in a very short amount of time. And as I said, all this education, that's what it is. That the whole weekend is just dedicated to educating you guys into doing what you need to do and being able to give you as much information in a close environment as possible. We'll be there for that real-time feedback, for those questions, for the pains and troubles and struggles that you've had. We're going to be there for you guys, and there's going to be an extended period after that as well that I'm going to be reaching out to a whole bunch of people to help them out. So keep an eye out for it, guys. I'm really excited to get these off the ground and get it moving. I will talk to you all soon. I will be doing another one of these tomorrow, midday tomorrow, Facebook being Friday. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great Thursday night. I'll see you tomorrow.